Hello and welcome to my channel. According to sources, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis will make an appearance in the King's coronation procession at Westminster Abbey on May 6. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest news about the royal family. According to rehearsal materials seen by The Times, the Prince of Wales's kids will follow their parents in a carriage, while Charles and Camilla ride in the Gold State coach. Harry and Meghan have yet to formally say whether or not they would watch the coronation. Nonetheless, staff is making preparations so that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet can participate in the festivities if they choose to. Given that George, 9, and Charlotte, 7, both accompanied the royal family during the Queen's funeral procession, it should not be shocking that the young Wales family is marching in the parade. Louis, 4, was ruled too young. The Prince and Princess of Wales and their 3 children will process out of the Abbey, according to practice schedules, the newspaper claimed. The Princess Royal, Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, the Duke of Kent, Princess Alexandra, and the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester will all be present. Harry, Meghan, Princess Eugenie, and Prince Andrew are not anticipated to take part. Given their ages, Archie will turn 4 on the big day and Lilibet will be 1. The Sussex's children have little prospect of participating in the wedding itself. Even though it is his grandpa's special day, a source added, I'm sure they would also recognize the little prince's birthday. Since leaving their royal responsibilities 3 years ago, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have engaged in a campaign against their own family in a number of media appearances. Members in the royal family are already bracing themselves for the arrival of the Sussexes in less than 2 months as the countdown to the coronation continues. The Sussexes would undoubtedly stay at Frogmore Cottage, their Windsor property, which the King has requested them to depart by summer. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thanks. It was claimed earlier this week that Camilla's grandkids will also allegedly be expected to attend their grandma and step-coronation grandfathers and play an official role. Tom Parker Bowles, the Queen Consort's son, and Laura Lopes, her daughter, both have 13-year-old twins. According to reports, she had hoped that they would transport the canopy that is placed over her during the anointing. The Buckingham Palace chose not to respond. In Westminster Abbey in London, on May 6, His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen Consort are coronated. It's the first occasion of its kind in 70 years. With his beloved mother, Queen Elizabeth II's passing at Balmoral on September 8 at the age of 96, concluding her 70-year reign, Charles has served as the head of state of the United Kingdom. With Her Majesty's passing, he instantly took the throne. The royal coronation ceremony, in particular, is scheduled to take place within Westminster Abbey and has a history dating back more than 1,000 years. He will receive the Abbey's 40th reigning monarch's coronation. The oldest king to be crowned has ever been. Charles will be 74 at the time of the coronation. The event is anticipated to be more intimate than the late Queen's coronation in 1953. Which was attended by more than 7,000 people at Westminster Abbey. The coronation shall reflect the monarch's position today and look towards the future, while being entrenched in long-standing traditions in pageantry, according to a Buckingham Palace statement issued last September. The coronation is a somber religious ritual as well as a time for joy and pomp. It was further said, although the ritual has maintained a consistent format for more than 1,000 years, this year's coronation is anticipated to have the same fundamental components while also taking into account the spirit of the present. The event has been held at Westminster Abbey in London for the past 900 years. From 1066, the Archbishop of Canterbury has presided over the ceremony virtually without exception. There have been conversations about having a more relaxed dress code, and it is anticipated that the guest list would be reduced from 8,000 to 2,000. The king is also poised to abandon the multiple clothing changes that his mother had to undergo. While several elaborate customs that date back to 1953 are expected to be dropped, the anointing of the monarch a deeply spiritual event, will remain. Charles will be anointed while a golden robe will be held over his head to block off other people's views. Charles will make the adjustment from the previously rumored defender of faith to the defender of the faith in his oath. The coronation chair, which dates from the beginning of the 14th century, will be used by the king. Charles will be crowned as King Charles II after receiving the Street Edward's crown, which will be put on his head after the anointing. The costly restoration for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee of the 1762 gold state coach will also be a part of the coronation parade. At the coronation, Prince William will also receive additional honorifics, such as being formally introduced as the Prince of Wales. Following Charles' coronation, there will be 2 additional days of festivities, which will feature a performance at Windsor Castle and gatherings for the local community. Local governments will stage events during the 3-day festive weekend, including cultural festivals, live music, community workshops, art exhibitions, and inventive games and contests. There will be a coronation concert at Windsor Castle on Sunday, May 7, including world music icons and current performers. There will be thousands of people watching the live broadcast of the concert on BBC One and iPlayer. Projections, lasers, drone displays, and illuminations will also be used to illuminate well-known places around Britain. Tens of thousands of coronation, big lunches, and street celebrations will take place in the UK and the Commonwealth throughout the course of the weekend. The Eden Project's Big Lunch staff will supervise and plan that day. Since 2013, the Big Lunch has been supported by the Queen Consort. Every year, big lunches are held around the UK, raising more than £22 million for regional charities. Also, on May 8, a bank holiday, the Great Help Out will be held around the UK, inspiring thousands of individuals to donate their time to help causes that are important to them. Kids will be able to honor the King's service by joining groups like the RNLI, National Trust, Scouts, and Royal Volunteer Service. Local governments will sponsor events during the coronation weekend, including cultural festivals, live music, community workshops, art exhibitions, and innovative games and contests. Earlier this month, the government confirmed pubs, clubs, and bars will be permitted to stay up until the early hours throughout the coronation weekend. On May 5 and May 7, venues in England and Wales were informed that they would be entitled to continue serving clients for an additional 2 hours to celebrate. In order to allow people to enjoy an additional pint or two, Home Secretary Suella Braverman announced she will extend license hours from the customary 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. An influential organization in the hospitality industry supported the initiative, and 77% of the general public who participated in a month-long consultation were in favor of it. Thank you for watching to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you liked it. And also write your opinion in the comments. It will be very interesting for me to read them. I hope your day will be wonderful.